Hey guys, so it is about 8:50 p.m. and I just put all of the kids down. I said goodnight to our foster babies for the very last time, tucked them in for the very last time ever. Well, the toddler girl anyway, the baby boy, I'm sure he'll be up in the middle of the night, so I'll be snuggling with him later. But I gave everyone their last bath, and you know, today was our last day. You know, we knew this day was coming, so it's bittersweet, but we're not like completely distraught over it because we've had time to process this, and we knew going into it there was a family member that was seeking custody that was well and able to care for the kids, so we already knew that. And I have been taking the children every week for visitation with their birth family, so I have met the family member that will assume custody of them, as well as their birth mom, and they're very nice people. So I think that has helped ease the transition out of our home, for me anyway. But a month ago, I'm not gonna lie, I was distraught. I was literally crying, snuggling the baby, telling him I didn't want him to go. I wanted him to stay with me, and you know, that's not always the case. They can't always stay with you. I totally, if things would have worked out another way, I totally was on board with adopting these kids, and I'm still on board with adopting from foster care. I think it's just so amazing. I have wanted to adopt for a very long time, actually. I remember after Will and I got married, I told him I wanted to adopt. So it's always something I wanted to do. Fostering and adopting is always something I wanted to do. But we are preparing for these babies to go home. So right now, I'm just folding up their clothes. I'm in our spare bedroom, and I've just got all of their clothes laid out, and I just wanted to like kind of walk you guys through the process of when a child exits their foster home. So I'm sure I've mentioned it before in previous videos that you do get a clothing voucher from the city that the children come into care in. So we did get a clothing voucher for them because they came with absolutely nothing but the clothes on their back. They may have come with like a little grab bag, I remember, with like a couple of little things in there, but like nothing significant that could actually really wear. So, which I will be sending that back. Everything they came with, I will also include to send back. So we did get a clothing voucher for them, but it was actually not that much. It was only $150 from this particular city, whereas the city that we're in, I have been used to receiving clothing vouchers for $300 for each child. So we had a placement once. We had pretty much $600 to spend for each child, or I'm sorry, for the both of them. So we were able to get a lot of clothing. So $150 doesn't get a ton, but it got enough to get started. Like I said, I have little girls, so I had all of the little girl things. I have totes full of clothes from newborn all the way through my oldest daughter's current size, which is a size 5. So our foster girl, toddler girl, when she first came into care, because we did not get that voucher right away, it took a few days. I did actually have clothing. I just pulled some of the 18-month clothing that used to belong to my children that I'm still saving and holding on to, and I'm glad I'm holding on to it. So I just pulled that out, and she literally has really worn a lot of my children's clothing and shoes. She has her own, which we've purchased with that voucher, but she has worn our kids' stuff. So there's a ton of stuff with tags still on it. And then the baby boy, when he came into care, like I said before in previous videos, we have had foster infant boys. So I have infant boy clothing. I have a lot of newborn clothing, and he was in newborn size when we got him. So it worked out perfectly. But I did buy him some things as well with the vouchers. So upon the foster kiddos exiting our home, we have to fill out some paperwork in addition to packing their things. Now, we honestly don't have to send them with anything, but I always want to do the right thing. It's the right thing to send them with clothing because we purchased it specifically for these children. And any other children, we will get a clothing voucher, or we will just spend our own money and buy them clothes if they need it. But I feel like it's the right thing to do to send the clothing that we purchased for them. I have been made aware that these children, the family member that is going to be assuming custody of them, is very financially prepared. I know that the social workers have visited the home, CPS has, and they said they have everything they need and then some. And so the social worker's like, you really don't need to send a thing. She's like, you can send them with the clothes you bought, but they have a ton. So I'm just going to send them with what I bought, even though I know that the family is well prepared. At least I know that. But I will send them with the clothing that we bought. So I do have to fill out this paperwork as I'm going through the clothing, folding it, washing things. So here, let me make sure. Okay, so let me turn the camera on. Okay, so this is one side of a sheet that I have to fill out, and this is the personal possessions inventory upon entering care. So I have to name the child, the date they came into my care, list everything they came with, how many of whatever toys, photographs, jewelry, books, records, letters, and other personal possessions. So I know our baby boy came in with a blanket and maybe, I think it was like an infant, like one of those little crinkle books for infants. So that would go under here. They didn't have any jewelry. They didn't have any photographs. I think our little toddler girl, she came in with a couple of books. So I would probably list, and I have one for each child. So I don't have to list. I just do this. For, let's say this one is for the toddler girl. And this one is for infant boy, just listing all of the things that they both had. Okay. So I'm covering up our foster baby's name. So up top, I just put their name and the date, and then this is their exit log. So this is everything. I'm going to record everything that I have, we're gathering and we're sending them home with. And so right here, as you can see in these columns, here's the estimated cost. Here is, I just kind of need to estimate the number needed. Here's the recommended number that a child should have. So for instance, let's just go down to male briefs. They should have 12 pairs of underwear. So in this column where it says the number needed, I will put in actually what is purchased to reach that number of 12. So if they came in with 2 pairs of underwear, I would put 10 pairs needed in that column. And then of course the estimated cost, we pretty much know everything we spent, so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm just really going to go through like all of their stuff. Obviously they don't wear bras or panties or slips or anything, but I will just kind of tally up their casual tops, dress tops, dresses, skirts. Ooh, that reminds me, I do have a couple of things left in the closet I need to go pull. She has a couple dresses, jeans, sweaters, sweatshirt, jacket, all that stuff. So I have to fill this out. So I have to count the number of each item that I am folding up, packing up now. Okay, so our toddler girl actually has a ton of stuff. I have a mound of clothes. This is a mixture of like only a couple of things in here are actually our foster daughter's clothes, and then the rest are my girl's clothes. But she actually ended up like getting a ton of stuff, and a lot of stuff still has tags on it, still on hangers. I mean, like this is the kind of stuff you can get for Burlington. I love shopping at Burlington. I honestly find that you get like a better deal with their stuff than you can with, at like mainstream stores. Look at how cute that is. This is a Jessica Simpson for baby. And look at this one, a Calvin Klein little jacket with the pants. So under one of so how I would classify this is I would just list this as separate pieces because technically this is a jacket and these are pants. So little sets like these, I will list as this is one shirt, this is one pair of pants. And then like with this outfit, I would count that as 2 shirts, 2 pairs of pants, 3 shirts, 3 pairs of pants. And then like this is one of those like little fleece outerwear bodysuits. So I would count this kind of as like a jacket, because technically it will be used as a jacket. So that's how I'll count that. Pajamas, just, you know, shirts. I don't think sets were actually listed on there. And then she does have a couple of dresses. Jumpsuits I'll list as pants as well. And then of course socks. And she did come with one pair of shoes because they did come from another foster home. Have gotten a lot of questions as to why they came into care with us if they were in another foster home prior, and I will go into that in, like, I don't want to say another video, but the reason pretty much is the family just was not prepared really to prepared with the amount of time they were going to have to devote to these children. I mean, as I've said, the baby is very difficult to soothe. So he does cry a lot. He does require a lot of attention, a lot of care, a lot of being held. There is a lot of sleep missed. So there was just a lot of circumstances that just, I think the family was just honest, and which you want to be honest because you don't want to feel overwhelmed and burdened. And I will, like, talk about that in a whole nother video. Maybe I'll film something like what to expect, or what, you know, the things that you don't realize or know as a foster parent. I'll go into that. But, you know, they were just there for a couple of days. I actually got a call for this same placement that we have now before the other family did. I was actually out of town and I had to say no because I was out of town. But they ended up making their way back to us. So yeah, this is what I'm doing. I need to find a bag to put everything in. I mean, so yes, it is like what you hear about foster kids coming into care with trash bags. It's true, some do, but a lot of people, a lot of certified families that are with a foundation, they want something a little more dignified for kids, and I do too. So I will honestly send them with a personal bag of my own if it's just, I don't need it, if it's a bag that hasn't been worn. My girls have tons of bags. So I'll probably look through our garage and see what bag I have. I know my girls probably have like a duffel in there that we don't use anymore, so I may just put everything in that. And the kids actually did come with like a couple little reusable shopping totes. That's another good thing. A lot of people want to know, how can you help? You can actually find a local organization, a local fostering foundation. You can always just make donations directly to that fostering foundation. There's tons in every area, and so you can just call them and ask them how you can help, what you can bring. And bags are always a good thing. It just helps the kids to carry their things in a little more dignified manner. Another thing people don't realize, you don't actually have to use bags. You can use laundry baskets. So if I wanted to get rid of this laundry basket here, I would just put their clothes in there. It has to be something you can carry. You can put their clothes in boxes. Will actually had a good idea of those IKEA bags. I don't know if they're still 50 cents, those big blue IKEA bags. But if they are, I think I should make my way to IKEA and go buy a ton of those and keep in the closet, because those are huge. You can pack a ton of stuff. You can definitely fit an entire wardrobe in there. So yeah, I need to find a bag for them to put all their stuff in, and then gather like little things like our toddler girl's toothbrush. And she has a couple of little meals downstairs. I'm gonna pack a diaper bag to take them back. Oh yeah, so here's what's gonna happen. And this also, I will go into more of like the unexpected and the never before, the unknown in another video. But I have to go to court in the morning and I have to bring these children. I think the judge would like to hear from me, see me, and see the children, and determine their well-being. Like I said, we're already preparing for them to exit tomorrow. They've already been to court. The reason they're still in care was just an issue of just something minor that needed to be fixed, which did get fixed. So the intentions are for them to go with that family member who will be assuming custody. But this is the first time I've ever had to go to court and I have to bring the kids. And I've heard of this before. I've never had to for our other foster kids, because it was a case where it already had been worked out before. Another family was going to be assuming custody, and they'd already been to court. But this is the first time I am actually required to go, and I am required to go with our foster children. So Will is going to take over tomorrow's duties of taking the kids to school, therapies, all that stuff, and I'm going to be taking our foster kids to court in another city, so we have to get up pretty early. Court is at 9 a.m. and the city, it's where I take them for visitation, and it's not that far, but because of traffic, it ends up being a long way, and I just don't want to risk it rush hour tomorrow. A lot of people are depending on me to be there on time with those kids. A lot of people that I need to talk to before we go into that courtroom. So I need to leave here at like 6:45 a.m. just to ensure that I can get my Starbucks, so I have on the drive there, but just to make sure we're there on time, plenty of time. And I'm going to go ahead and pack up their stuff and have it with me, because I'm not sure if the transition will happen directly after court or a little later, but because of where I'm going to be and the distance and the traffic, I plan on staying in that city all day. So if the transition doesn't happen until 4, I plan on still being there. So hopefully it can happen sooner than later though, so we can just kind of just get the kids transitioned. So I'm going to finish packing, and I'm going to see you guys in the morning on the drive over to court. How come we only have one pair of socks for the baby? One pair of socks. I know we bought like at least 6 pairs of socks, maybe more, and he's leaving with 1 pair. I don't know what happened to all of the other pairs of socks. I know he likes to kick them off his feet, but we went from 8 pairs of socks total to 1. Wait, I found another pair. We're now up to 2 pair. Maybe if I continue searching the house, I'll find all 8 pair of socks. But I honestly have no idea where they are. Maybe I'll check other diaper bags. I don't know. But I also found this. I bought this in case he was with us for his very first Halloween at 3 months. Actually, he'll be 4 months at that point. So it's just a cute little bib and a pumpkin hat and little pumpkin socks. It's so cute. And then I also bought this thinking he would possibly still be here, because from what I understood when they came into care, it would be a long-term, but turns out that's good for them and good for the family that it's not long-term care. But this is my first Thanksgiving. Same deal with the hat, the bib, and the cute little socks. So I'm going to send that with them. It's just adorable. I have a 3rd pair, ladies and gentlemen, although look at how tiny these are. These, yeah, they're so tiny. I don't even know if I'm going to send these, because these are for like, I mean, look. It's like the tiniest little baby foot. He obviously can't fit into these anymore, so I'm trying to think if he actually came with these. I'm not sure. I mean, I want to send them because if he came with them, no, he didn't come with them because he didn't have on any socks. So I think we bought these, but they were just really tiny, or they shrunk, one or the other. So I guess I'll put these in the bin with the clothes, other baby boy clothes, probably in the newborn bin, and just hang on to them for the next. Okay guys, really quick, I know I said I was going to see you tomorrow, but one more thing before I go, I just wanted to show you guys how I pack them up, what I'm packing in addition to their clothing, what they're taking in addition to clothing to prepare to leave our home. Okay, so I have everything laid out on the table that they're taking with them. I have upstairs their clothing I'm going to put in their bag and pack that, and then put that out in my trunk so it's ready to go. But I wanted to show you just a few things that we're packing up for the kiddos to go. So let's start with our toddler girl. I'm gonna add more diapers. These are just like 3 size 5 diapers, but I'm probably gonna add just a couple more just to put in her little bag to go, just so the family has, just in case they don't have any diapers. I'm sure they do, but just in case they have a few diapers that can, you know, get them through the night if need be. I'm just including one of these little pouches that she really likes, this apple mango. And you don't have to send foster kiddos with food. Their families will have food for them, but these are just things that we bought for her, and we know she likes these Gerber pasta pickups. They're just these little raviolis. This one's chicken, Parmesan, and cheese. This is cheese and spinach ravioli. So we're sending those because we bought them specifically for her. She loves them. My kids won't touch them. These are Avery's little piece of corn there from dinner. But anyway, these are her 2 little sippy cups that she came. This one is going to have water in it, and then tomorrow morning before we leave, I will fill this one up with milk, so she has milk. This is her toothbrush and toothpaste for sending. So that's all for her. Oh, and then she also has her tennis shoes she did come with. Like I said, she was wearing most of my kids' stuff, their sandals, their dress shoes. So just sending her back with the 1 pair of shoes she came with. And in here is a bag. It's one of those grab bags I was telling you about that probably another agency or someone volunteered just to like give those grab bags. So this is just a little drawstring backpack, and in it has a doll that she came with and 3 books. And then there's also some stuffed animals that I think her mom gave to her at each visit. So I'm also sending those back. For our foster baby boy, I have a stack of diapers. This is quite a few diapers in here. I'm going to put in his bag for them to just kind of have. These are size 1 Pampers, although he still could wear newborn size. So I'm just going to send those so they have it. This is some Alimentum, and there's not a ton left in here. This is what I kind of tried for him. He's just really fussy, gassy, so I don't know if maybe he had a milk protein allergy. So I bought this. This stuff smells horrible, by the way. I really hate the smell of it, and babies tend to, I'm sorry to say, are a little stinkier with Alimentum. It does not smell good. This is different than Nutramigen formula. This is, oh my gosh, it does not smell good, but it did seem to help him a little bit. So I'm going to send that with him, and along with a full little sample size of this Enfamil Gentle Ease formula that we got from the doctor. I have more, but I'm not going to send more because they may have their own formula they probably have for him. And, you know, his doctor may recommend something else. So I don't want to just send formula that someone else could use, and especially when they already have some. I'm sending this little Pathy. This is just a Soothie pacifier that I bought for him. He was never big on pacifiers. I actually gave him the Itsy Ritzy brand soothers, and he did prefer those, but like it was just, he was very sometimesy with it. I'm sending this MAM bottle. These aren't my favorite, to be honest. I had this, and he could leave or take the bottle. I mean, as long as it had milk in it, he was fine, but this was not one of the favorites. He did like these Dr. Brown's, and he did come with these Dr. Brown's bottle, 2 of these. So I'm just going to be sending these back with him. Like I said, I'm sure the family has their own bottles they're using for him. You know, they were born into that family, their birth family. They were with him, so they do have things, obviously, from when he was born and when the toddler girl was there as well. So they have everything. These are just, you know, it's not like they don't have anything. They have everything from before. And these are just extra pieces to Dr. Brown's bottles. I don't like Dr. Brown's because of all the pieces. I don't really care for this bottle, but I know it does wonders for gas and spit up and all that. Here's some gripe water that I purchased, some Mommy's Bliss gripe water to help our little baby boy with his little gassy tummy. So gonna send that back. Actually, this is paperwork I need to take with me to court tomorrow, so I need to put that in a diaper bag. Okay, so here I've got 2 diaper bags. This one is actually for Will to take with the girls tomorrow for school, therapies, all that stuff. But in here, in this Itsy Ritzy, one of my new Itsy Ritzy backpacks that I love so much, this is the Vanilla Latte Boss, just in case you're wondering. It's gorgeous. So I have a Avent bottle. These are the bottles I prefer, and these are the bottles I did use with my girls, although I breastfed them, but when I needed to leave them, I did pump, and that way I was able to leave them for a little bit and go do what I needed to do. But when I did pump, I did use these Avent bottles, and I love these, and the baby does prefer them. So I'm bringing this because we're going to court in the morning, so I need to have a bottle prepared to feed him, but if he does need to go with it, I mean, I'm not going to be distraught if I don't get it back. So inside the bag, and this is all stuff I have packed for a day out with them tomorrow because I'm not sure what time we're coming back. I'm coming back because I won't be coming back without them. So I have everything packed for at least a few hours out. In here I have a pair of little pajamas. These are actually mine from other babies we've had, so these were not purchased for him, but just in case, you know, something should happen to his outfit, I'm not going to be distraught if these don't come back. You know, he can just have them. It's okay. We will buy more. It's, you know, not a big deal. So there's an extra outfit for him just in case he has a blowout or has an accident. On top of these dried mangoes, our toddler foster baby, foster toddler girl loves anything, but she really likes these dried mangoes. So I have that in here for a snack for her. I have a cereal bar. We're leaving pretty early in the morning. So I want to make sure I have breakfast. I am going to stop for Starbucks and get coffee. So on the way out of the house tomorrow, I'll probably grab her like a banana and some yogurt as well. And then I have a couple of fruit pouches here, things that she really, really likes. That way she has a snack. And then I'll probably pack some dry cereal. I have a full pack of wipes here. I have my Itsy Ritzy Passy Pod with a pacifier here, just in case, And this is a formula dispenser with 3 servings of formula. And this, like I said, I can hand this off to the family. It really doesn't matter if they need it because, I mean, this formula dispenser was only probably under $2 and I have more. So they're welcome to it if need be. I have an extra blanket for the foster baby and like 4 diapers for our toddler girl and 5 diapers for our toddler boy, or I'm sorry, her baby, foster baby boy. And so that's everything I have to take with me to hand them off tomorrow. I put my important documents in here. This is another reason I love this Itsy Ritzy bag. This is great for like, if you have kids and you go to appointments. This is a great little pocket to put documents in to easily be able to easily access. I can't even talk anymore. It's late. It's not really that late, but it's 10:30, and I have to get up, get showered. I don't even know what I'm gonna wear to court tomorrow. I mean, I don't even know if I'm actually gonna be in the courtroom. I may just be required to be outside of the courtroom, but I think I may have to be in the courtroom. So I'm gonna dress accordingly, of course. But I need to get to bed. All the stuff is packed up. I'm leaving here with the babies at like 6:45 a.m. So I will see you guys in the morning. Hey guys, good morning. Well, it's now afternoon. It's just afternoon, and as you can see, I have 2 empty car seats back there. Court went well. I have been out of court for a little while now. It was a whirlwind. I forgot to kind of pick up the camera, but I will explain to you guys everything that went on when I get home. Okay guys, I am home. I just got back home from, I did make a pit stop over to my aunt's house to see her for a little bit, but I just got back home from going to court with the kids, and I will say it was quite an interesting situation if you've never been in it and if you've never had to go to court with children that aren't yours. You're in domestic family relations, and so it's very eye-opening, I will say. Just there's so many cases just kind of waiting to be heard and to be seen, and children to figure out where they belong. But I will say this was just super easy. Like I showed up to court, and of course the birth family, the birth mom, the birth family, we've met, we've spent a little bit of time together because the kids have visitation every week, or they had. And so, I mean, we are familiar with one another, so there's no kind of like a weird animosity or anything like that. So I just sat with them, waited for our turn to be called into the courtroom, and I sat with the kids. The judge really didn't need to hear anything from me. It was just a petition for what the family was looking to accomplish, and the judge signed off on that. So that meant that the family got to leave with the babies that day. Today, kind of then and there, when court was over, Mom was so excited. She was like, do I get to leave with my babies now? Do I get to take them home? It was so heartwarming. And it was actually really like emotional. And I was like choking back tears, but it was such a beautiful moment. I mean, you never know the situation. It's so easy to pass judgment, but you never know until you're a part of the story. You never know their story until you're a part of it. So, knowing the mom, knowing the family, I got to understand the story a little bit better. So I'm very happy it ended this way and that the kids got to go back. So, and that's always the goal in foster parent. That's always the goal in foster care, is reunification and reunifying families. So it's another successful, happy ending, another successful reunification, and I'm so happy. So we just kind of met outside, and we just did the switch and kind of handed the kids off and with their stuff, and the family was so sweet. They were just hugging me and thanking me, and so that made me feel real good. But we're home, and so now I was just kind of let things just kind of sit, because I'm like, I'm tired. It's been a very exhausting last couple of months, but totally happy last couple of months. But I was just going to I'll just clean up stuff later, or just let it sit for a few days. But then I'm like, no, I should probably wash basic things, because you never know. I could literally get another call in an hour. I could get a call tonight. I can get a call tomorrow. You just never know. So better to be prepared, but this one was a happy ending. So I'm gonna end this here, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you want to see more. I would love to have you a part of our journey and just share our journey with you. I will be filming some more sit down because I've had a lot more questions about the foster care process. So I'll be doing more sit down videos and filming those. But in the meantime, you guys, thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.